Athletes to the line, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our athletes. Eight minutes preparation and sighting time start.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the European Shooting Confederation, I welcome you to the final of the 50 metres prone men's final. My name is David. I shall be your announcer throughout these finals. As you've heard, the athletes are now doing their 8-minute sighting and preparation, after which I will introduce each of them to you. The course of fire for this final, they will do 2 series of 3 shots, each to be fired in 150 seconds. And then we go on to the single shot series, but I will explain further as we go through the competition. After the 8th shot, we have the first elimination, and then we continue every second shot after that, eliminating athletes until we come to the medal positions. So I'm sure with the standard of men that we have here today, we will have an excellent competition. So please support our athletes, give them every encouragement, clap and cheer when you see good scores coming, and enjoy the finals.
30 seconds. Stop, unload. Athletes may remain in position but turn heads and faces towards spectators.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the athletes to you. On lane A, we have Stefan Rader from Austria. Stefan's achievement, he was third in the World Championships as a junior back in Zagreb. So welcome, Stefan Rader from Austria. On lane B, we have Simon Baylor from Switzerland. He's been to the Olympic Games in London, Beijing. He was fifth in the World Championships in Zagreb back in 2006. So welcome, Simon Baylor. On lane C, we have Mr. Vitaly Bubnovich from Belarus. He's been to the Olympic Games in London, Athens and Beijing. He was seventh in the World Championships in Granada 2014 at this event. So welcome, Vitaly Bubnovich. Sorry. On lane D, we have, representing the Russian Federation, Sergei Kamensky. Sergei broke his own world record yesterday with a superb score, the world record he set in World Championships last year in Granada. He was first in the World Cup in Maribor 2014. So welcome from the Russian Federation, Sergei Kamensky. On lane E, we have Stefan Pletiokosic from Serbia. So he's been around for a long time as this gentleman. He's been to the Olympic Games way back from Sydney, Atlanta and Beijing. So welcome, Stefan Pletiokosic. On lane F, we have Alexander Schmerl representing Austria. He was first in the World Cup in Granada in 2013. Welcome, Stefan Schmerl. On lane G, we have Norbert Zabian from Hungary. Norbert has been, it looks like not that many appearances recently, but nevertheless we wish him all the best. So welcome, Norbert Zabian. And on lane H, we have Sergei Kovalenko representing the Russian Federation. He went to the Olympic Games back in Athens, Sydney, London. He was ninth in this event in Atlanta. So welcome, Sergei Kovalenko. Our jury member in charge for this event is Mr. Otto Strakusec from Slovenia. And our chief range officer is Mr. Branko Smiljanic from Croatia. So, welcome to all our athletes. I'm sure you wish them all the best, give them every support, and enjoy the final.
Take your positions. For the first competition series, load. Start. Stop.
So after the first series, the high score there was Mr. Kaminski, who did a 32.0, but many very good shots in that series. Plistiosic is just 0.1 behind, but we have another series of prone, another 3 shots to go, and let's carry on.
For the next competition series, load. Start. Stop.
So the highest score in that series was Mr. Bugnovic, who had a 31.6. We now move on to the single shot series. Each shot to be fired in 30 seconds. And after the second of these shots, we will have our first elimination. Mr. Kaminski is top of the leaderboard at the moment, followed by Mr. Bugnovic and then Kovalenko. Alex Schmirl is at the bottom at the moment, but with 2 shots to go, anything can happen.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So after the first of those single shots, as you can see, Mr. Bugnovic had a 10.6. Sergei Kaminski is still leading the field, but just 0.1 ahead of Bugnovic. And at the bottom of the field, we have a tie, in fact, between Stefan Reiser and Alex Schmirl, an Austrian duel here. There's only 1 shot to go. Let's see which one of the 2 can survive this round.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
So we have a shoot-off to decide which is going to take 8th place between...
Next command is only for Mr. Pletikosic and Mr. Rasser. Firing position E and A. For a shoot-off shot, load. Start. Stop.
So as you can see, an excellent 10.8 there from Stefan Reza. And at this point, we have to say goodbye. Well done. In 8th place, Mr. Pletikosic from Serbia.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
A wonderful 10.8 there from Mr. Kovalenko. So Mr. Kaminski is still top of the leaderboard, and in 7th place at the moment is Stefan Reza, just 0.1 behind Alexander Schmerl. So we still have an Austrian duel to see who is going to be the next athlete eliminated.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
So,
and again shoot off. Mr. Rasser and Mr. Schmirl. Firing position A and F. Next command is only for those two shooters. For a shoot-off shot, load. Start. Stop.
so as you can see there, Mr. Schmerl with a 9.7, Stefan Reza 10.2. So we say congratulations, but you're in 7th place. Alexander Schmerl from Austria.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
So yeah, as you can see, 10.6 from Mr. Bubnovic was the highest score there. Top of the leaderboard, we still have the two Russians, Kaminski and Kovalenko, with just 0.3 separating them. And Mr. Bubnovic is 0.4 behind in 3rd place. And at this point, Stefan Reza is in the 6th place, in danger, but just 0.2 behind Mr. Baylor and Mr. Zabian. So let's see who is the next athlete to be eliminated.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
So, in 6th position, we have to say goodbye to Mr. Reza, Stefan Reza from Austria. Well done, Stefan. And so we move on. We have a very exciting duel at the top. Both of our Russian athletes are on exactly the same score, 125.6. And Mr. Bubnovic is just 1.5 points behind the pair of them. Very little to choose between the remainder.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
So the highest score there was Mr. Zabian with a 10.5. The positions, two Russian athletes are still first and second with 0.2 separating. Mr. Kaminsky is in second place at the moment. Simon Baylor is just 0.2 behind Mr. Zabian. Simon, try and save yourself on this shot.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Well, as you can see, an excellent 10.8 there from Mr. Zabian, and Simon Baylor with a 9.9 is now in fifth place. So well done, Simon, but you are now in fifth place. Thank you, and congratulations. So now we have our remaining four athletes. Just 0.1 separates Mr. Kovalenko from Mr. Kaminsky, with Kovalenko having the slight advantage. 1.4 behind those two is Mr. Zabian from Hungary, and Mr. Bubnovic is 0.4 behind. But with 2 shots to go, let's see who can get into the medals.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Well, as you can see, Kovalenko and Kaminsky still first and second place, Bubnovic and Zabian, so the positions haven't changed. Mr. Zabian now is just 0.2 behind Mr. Bubnovic. Mr. Zabian in fourth place. Can he save this shot and get himself into the medals?
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
Incredible shooting there. Kovalenko with a 10.8, Bubnovic with a 10.7. But Mr. Zabian, you are in fourth place. Now let's hear it for Mr. Zabian from Hungary. So now we know who our medalists are. There's just still 0.4 separating the two Russians at the top. Mr. Bubnovic is just 1.8 behind. But as I say, medals are decided, but not the colours.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Well, with a 10.7, Mr. Bubnovic increases his position by just 0.1. but still one shot to go, and he is still 1.2 adrift from the two Russians, 0.9 separating Kovalenko in the lead at the moment.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
So, Mr. Bubnovich from Belarus, you are third position. Well done. Gold, bronze medalist. So now we continue the fight for decide the gold and silver medals. Mr. Kovalenko at the moment has a 1.2 advantage over Mr. Kamensky.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Oh, fantastic 10.8 there from Mr. Kamensky. It's improved the position. There's just 0.3 now, 0.3 to decide who gets the gold and who gets the silver. Very exciting.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Results are final.
So there you have, ladies and gentlemen. Our bronze medalist is Mr. Bubnovich from Belarus. Our silver medalist is Sergei Kamensky from the Russian Federation. And our gold medalist, the winner, is Mr. Kovalenko from the Russian Federation. So congratulate our three medal winners. And Mr. Kovalenko and Mr. Zabian from Hungary get the quota places for Rio next year. Okay, you can all congratulate them now. The award ceremony for this competition will be at 1:30, 13:30 hours. Please come back and see our medalists receive their medals at 1:30. Thank you. Please greet your athletes. This is the medal ceremony for the 50-metre rifle Prones men's competition. The medals will be presented by Mrs. Yuni Nikolaisen, Honorary President of the European Shooting Confederation, assisted by She is assisted by Mr. Mikko Tausi. He's a member of the ESC Technical Committee and also chairman of the rifle jury. So, our bronze medalist, representing Belarus, Mr. Vitaly Bubnovich. Mr. Tausi is presenting the flowers and also a personal cash gift courtesy of Mr. Vladimir Lisin, of course, who you know who he is. And our silver medalist, representing Russia, the Russian Federation, Mr. Sergei Kaminsky. And our gold medalist and European champion, Mr. Sergei Kovalenko, representing the Russian Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Russian Federation. Anyone sing? Apologies for this slight problem. Congratulate our athletes. Well done. Please don't go away. We will shortly present the medals for the team competition. The medals will be presented by Mrs. Uni Nikolaisen, Honorary President of the European Shooting Confederation. And our bronze medalists representing Norway, Ole Christian Bryn, Stian Bogar and Oddi Arne Brekni. Our silver medalists representing Austria, Alexander Schmerl, Thomas Matthias and Stefan Reza. And our gold medalists and European champions representing the Russian Federation, Fedor Vlasov, Sergei Kaminsky and Sergei Kovalenko. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the anthem of the Russian Federation. Well done to our athletes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Photo time.